Hi there, how you going? How'd you get into singing and songwriting? And also, what would you say to aspiring musicians, whether secular or Catholic?
Yeah. Well, I got into music because it's really the only thing I was good at. So I think when you're young, you gravitate to it, and you either keep playing or you don't. It really comes down to desire and hard work. Every great musician that you love, that you look up to, I guarantee you, at some point during a certain chunk of time in their life, all they did was play the guitar and write songs. And they wrote tons of songs, and a lot of them were terrible songs. And they won't ever see the light of day. And along the way, that's how you basically hone your craft. So that's how I got into music. I just loved doing it, and so I kept doing it. And I played in concert bands, and I played trombone for like 8 years. And yeah, that's not cool at all. And played youth orchestra and sang in choirs, and I took music theory, and I played keyboard in a high school, garage band, and we got to play in a couple of clubs when we were in high school, and it was a big deal because we had to get notes from our parents. We were like the only band in my hometown to have to get notes from our parents to play in a nightclub, and I just loved music. And then when I fell in love with God, it made sense that I would then take this, which was this talent that I had, and I would try to use it to shine light on Him and not on myself, because of how much I realized He had given me. And so that's kind of it. In terms of the, well, how did you get a career? I have no idea. Honestly, I mean, when I said yes to following Jesus and getting in ministry, which was offered to me, and I guarantee you, if you can play music, there's a church that would love to have you come play music. There's definitely not an overabundance of musicians, in ministry. Pretty much the Catholic Church, there's a response shortage. There's not a vocation crisis, it's a response crisis. Every ministry needs people. And so if you have a gift or a talent, I can guarantee you there's a parish in this city that would love to use you and suck your talent completely dry. That's not a problem. But with that, when I said yes to that, I had to consciously say to myself, I'm going to deny my own dreams for the time being. I'm going to set those aside, not because they're not valuable, but because I don't want my desires for my life to drive my life. I want God's desires for my life to drive my life. And so the only way I know how to do it is to constantly lay down my desires. And that's a process of, it's kind of spiritual martyrdom in a way. It's what John Paul II at St. Peter's Square at World Youth Day in 2000, he called this generation of young people to. He called everybody to a spiritual martyrdom, where we would kind of get back to the point where we'd realize that Jesus isn't additive. He's not like salt. You don't just sprinkle him on top of everything and make him, and it makes everything taste better. It's literally the thing that it's going to alter the course of your life, and it might require some significant sacrifices. But if you do it, you'll be far more joyful and content as a person than you ever could be. So I didn't practically answer your question, but hopefully it pointed you in a general direction.